Well, I've always wanted to write songs, and I've been in the band with y'all for what, 4 years now? And me and Mr. Kenneth talked about writing original songs, and it was time. And I told him a vision. I said, I want to write a song in dedication to my hometown, just telling the great things I love about it, and hopefully, can use it at Pink Tomato Festival, and use it, at that time. And so he was like, yeah, and that'd be a great idea. So we kind of talked about it, and so I was at home, and I sat down, and in about 1 hour I wrote the lyrics to Red Brick Streets, and just kind of threw in a few things that I love about my hometown, and just really searched my heart for it. And grew up born and raised in Warren, so I had lots to say, but I narrowed it down to my most favorite, and just wanted to give something back to the community that has given so much to us and supported us and been our biggest fans. So when I wrote the lyrics, called Mr. Kenneth, and me and him sat down and wrote the music to it in about a couple hours. And
about 2 hours.
And there you go, Red Brick Streets. I talk about gravel roads because we have tons of them, but I didn't want it to be too specific. I wanted it to be more general, and I was trying to come up with one thing that really just tied home to me, and what was significant to me, and that was significant to everybody from here, that everybody knew about. And so when I thought about Red Brick Streets, I mean, not many towns have Red Brick Streets, and they are very special, and I thought that's perfect. And so I put that in there. Talk about hunting. Of course, that's a big part of every man's life and women's life down here. Working hard. We're just hometown people that work hard, and I talk about standing for the flag, and we fight for what we believe in. And I think that's one of the things that I love about Warren. We have heart, and we have passion. And I put in there talking about church because everyone's at church on Sunday morning, and they are. And then I put in there talking about praying for your time of need. And a couple of years ago, my dad had a brain tumor, and there was so much support from this community, and there would have been no way we would have made it so as gracefully as you can in that situation without the prayers from everybody. And so I knew I had to put that in there because that's very, very significant here. If you have anything, people are immediately wanting to pray for you, and they mean it. They're really praying for you. And so I put that in there, and then there was let's see what else I have in there.
The girls are sweet.
Oh yes, sweet tea. Cannot talk about Warren without talking about sweet tea and sweet girls. And I talked about lumberjacks. I told Bo that was my dedication to him, my brother. And then I talk about the tomatoes. I talk about how we know how to grow I call it a mater. That's how a lot of people say it. And
Call the hawk.
we know how to call the hawk. So I put just about everything in there that was special to me, and then tied it all up with the Red Brick Streets, and where we all meet once a year and come together and just show our pride in our hometown.
Well, it was not that hard, really. She had an idea about what she wanted, and she wanted it upbeat. And I've written songs for the last 50 years, which none of you ever heard. But it went quite smoothly once we kind of agreed on what lyrics were going to be used. She had to cut some stuff out and drop it out so to make it fit. But in the course of a couple of hours, it pretty much ended up the way we recorded it. So it went really well.
It did. We are our song is being used for all promotions for the Pink Tomato Festival, which we are very, very thankful for. Mr. Jimmy Sledge plays it on the radio, on all his radio stations, all daily, and so that's neat to hear it on there. And then we will open up for Restless Heart on Saturday night. We go on stage at 6:30. We sing 6:30 to 8, and then Restless Heart will take the stage after we do. So. We have about 22 songs on our set list, and we may have to cut a few out, but we've got a full set. It is available on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify,
Apple Music,
any
Pandora.
music online music source. It is on there to purchase for 99 cents. And it's on YouTube. You can listen on YouTube. I put a lyric video on there, and then it's also used for a couple of different other videos. And is that about it?
It's on about 20 online sites, and we actually have 2 songs. We have the Red Brick Streets, and then we have Baby Love.
Yes.
Baby Love.
Mm-hmm. What a Baby Love. That's Mr. Kenneth's song, and I sang it.
That's an old one that we've played for years.
Mm-hmm. So excited, and this is hands down our favorite gig we do every year, and it's fun, and it's just a fun time. And one of the things I wanted to point out is a lot of people said that I saw it a lot. Those that don't live here, they said it just made them homesick, and I like that. I love that the song makes you feel what I feel, and that was my point in the song, and I think we achieved that goal.